Hello. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to better manage your time ahead of a move abroad. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Patricia Brooks. I'm an American living in the south of France and have been since 2018. And I help people who are ready to start the next chapters of their lives living and thriving in a foreign country find the confidence and courage and help them to create a plan so that they can finally start living in their dream countries. And on this channel, I talk about my life here in France, about making a move abroad and how to dig down deep to find that grit and determination to do the things that matter most to you. And today I'm going to talk about time and managing your time ahead of a move abroad more effectively. Now, I recently went to a workshop that was put on by the business incubator here in town. And it was all about managing stress as an entrepreneur. And one of the things that I took away from that was that time is a resource. Yes, it's true. It's like money. The difference, I think, between money and time is that we have to work to earn money. And so it can seem more valuable than the time that we're given every single day that just kind of, runs out. The clock is ticking down until another day and another day. And so it's easy to take time for granted and not treat it like a resource. This came up when we were talking about the things that stress us out as business owners. And the workshop facilitator, she had us list down all of those things that stress us out. And she had us look at resources that we had or that we could use to help minimize the stress we felt around each one of them. And time came up as a resource. It came up also as a stressor. But when we unpack some ways that we could better use our time or be more aware that time is a resource, then we realized we could alleviate some of the stress we felt around time. And so that was a big aha for me. Now, as a project manager, as a life coach, I find myself pretty effective with time management, but I'm not as effective as I could be. And I'm going to share a story about that in a second. So that's the first thing that I want to share here is that once you start looking at time as a resource, something that is valuable, then you can better manage it. And one of the easiest things to do is to get out your planner, whether it's on paper or whether it's digital, and to block out tasks on your calendar. From 11 to 12, I am going to work on my book. From 2 to 4, I'm going to record that video. And then follow that plan, right? Because then you're more aware of your time and less likely, it still could happen, less likely to be distracted, which is another reason that people struggle to follow through. Now, I want to talk about this in the context of moving abroad. Some people are moving abroad in 6 months. Some people are moving abroad in 2 years or 3 years or 5 years. And 2 years ago, I created a video called 14 Things to Do While You Wait to Move Abroad. Now, if you're in the 2 or 3 or 5 year camp, you've got some time on your hands, and it might feel like you've got a lot of time on your hands. The thing is, if you don't use that time wisely, it's going to be 6 months and you're going to feel under the gun. All right. So in this video, and I recommend that after you finish watching this video that you go ahead and check it out. It's called 14 Things to Do While You Wait to Move Abroad. And I outline those things that you can do when you feel like, I'm really not sure what to do, or I got so much time. I don't really need to be tackling anything right now. Go check that out. In addition to that, there is a PDF that goes along with that. And if you'd like to download that, it's a checklist. You can go to thecouragecatalyst.com/checklist to download that. All right. So that's one thing that can definitely help you as you plan your move abroad. And as a project manager, I offer services to help you create a project plan with dates and your deadline so that you can remove some of that uncertainty and some of that overwhelm that comes from saying, I know that there's a lot for me to do, but I'm not really sure what I need to shut down in my current country. I'm not really sure what I need to stand up in the country that I'm going to. And because of that, I'm stalled. I'm not making any forward progress. And what I offer is called Exit Plan Strategy Sessions. It's a 2-package session where you give me the information about your move abroad ahead of our first session. I create a project plan that we go over in the first session. We put dates to it. We talk about what each task means so that you have a clear understanding of what you need to be doing and when. And then you go away and you start working on some of those tasks. In 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we come back together and we talk about your progress, how you did, what you did well. Did you make progress? And if not, why not? Right? Because that can be a challenge. Like if there's something deeper, then that might mean that coaching is required, or that might mean a better planning system is required. But all in all, you've got your plan and you've got a starting point. And then from there, we can decide where to go. Okay. So that's something else I offer. And that sounds like something that would be helpful to you. You can schedule your exit plan strategy package by going to thecouragecatalyst.com/exit plan. All right. So those are a couple of things that can help you with treating time as a resource and getting some clarity on what you need to be doing and when. All right. Now, when it comes to not following through, one of the things that I see as a pattern with people who I have these sessions with is distractions. Like the internet is a distraction. Social media is a distraction. Streaming services are distractions. And we as humans, we're geared to doing the thing that feels easier, even if in the long run, it's going to hurt us. All right. And I'm guilty of this. In 2024, I had decided I was going to sit for the DELF French exam. Come November of 2024, I was not in a position to sit for the exam in December. And so I didn't schedule it. But I felt really bad because a whole year went by that I've been telling myself I was going to do this thing and it didn't happen. So come January, I said, March is going to be the date. I looked at what was required for me to be able to do, to pass that exam. And I realized, even though I could speak French, I had some work to do. And so I had to put my head down and study in a way that I hadn't studied before. And instead of watching the YouTube videos that I would watch more than I should, I was reading books in French. I was studying for my exam because I was running out of time. It created a bit of stress for me because if I had spent more time in the year before, I would have had less pressured time that I would have to prepare under. And it would have felt, I think, a little bit easier for me. But I didn't. And that's the story that I think so many of us struggle with. We know we set dates, we set goals. And then when it comes crunch time, then we roll up our sleeves and do the thing. And it can feel hard. It can feel stressful. It can feel very unpleasant. So that is a reason, distraction. And so figuring out ways to not be so distracted is something that will help you in the long run. Now, the last things that I want to talk to you about around managing your time ahead of a move have to do with mindset and mindset shifting. I'm a life coach. I love this sort of thing. And I want to share with you 2 things that I think will help you as you plan your move abroad. The first thing is you need to be in success congruence for making progress on any goal you set. Moving abroad, learning a language, learning how to play an instrument. You need to, number one, when I say success congruence, there are 3 things that need to be true at a high level. You need to believe that it's possible for you to do the thing that you're doing. You need to believe it's possible that you can learn French, right? You need to believe that it's possible for you to live in a foreign country, because if you don't, you're not going to put forth the quality of effort that is required. And when I say believe it, I mean believe it on a subconscious level, because we can all tell ourselves, oh yeah, I believe it's possible for me to live in a foreign country. But if deep down we don't believe that, then we're going to self-sabotage, because why would we put in the effort if we didn't believe something? The second thing has to do, and I've talked about this in other videos, the second thing has to do with your level of commitment. How committed are you on a scale of 1 to 10 to doing the thing that will get you to where you want to go? 10 being absolutely committed, 1 being, it happens, it doesn't, it doesn't. And if you're not a 9 or a 10, you got a little bit of work to do so that you can up that commitment level so that you can forego some of those distractions, right? And then the final thing has to do with your deservability, or the belief that you are worthy of having the thing that you're going for. If you don't feel like it's something that you deserve, then again, self-sabotage might come. And this can happen in the form of not managing your time effectively, not treating time as a resource, of being distracted, right? Of having excuses for you not to get things done. So success congruence. And I think with the commitment level, that is tied so deeply to your why. Your why statement, your deeper why. Why is this move abroad so important to you? What will you be able to have, be, do, or become? And why is that important to you? And why is that important to you? Just drilling down on that will help with that commitment level. Now, the final thing I want to say about time, managing time ahead of a move, or any big project that you're undertaking, is that all the time management tools in the world aren't going to help you if you have an adversarial relationship with time. If you feel like you're always racing against time, or if you're fighting time, or if time is your enemy, if you have an adversarial relationship with time, it's going to be harder for you to follow through, to get things done, because you're battling time. It's just like any relationship. You might be in a relationship with a significant other. And if you are in a combative relationship, if you think that that person is against you, or whatever the reason is for that feeling of animus, that relationship's not going to go well. You're going to struggle. You're going to fight it. And it's not going to be pleasant. It's not going to be productive. So I say all that to say that knowing what your relationship with time is, knowing what you want your relationship with time to be, and having some tools and techniques to shift that conversation in your mind is vital. And on June 21st, I am holding another Women Rising Roundtable, where we're going to unpack what your relationship is with time and give you some strategies to move through that. Now, what is a Women Rising Roundtable? It is a 2.5-hour session where we get together and we talk about a different topic. June's topic has to do with time management, and your relationship with time. So there are limited spots. There are only 7 spots left. And so if you're interested, if you're a woman who is interested in taking part in this roundtable, you can go to thecouragecatalyst.com/roundtable and get your seat today. Okay. Now, time is a resource, and time, if you see it as a friend or on your side, can be so crucial. Well, it is crucial in any event, however you see it, in success and having success in what you're going for. And so I just wanted to share this video to give you some tips, some really solid logistical tips, but also some mindset tips that will help you to move forward with your plans with more ease. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with friends, subscribe. And if you're interested in either the roundtable or the exit plan strategy sessions, be sure to check out the links in the description. That's all I have for you today. Bye for now.